Do you want me to show you how to clean your Brinsea Ovation EXs? Yes, really any Brinsea Ovation period. And don't get too overzealous. I'm not cleaning them both. I'm gonna clean this one because it's the least dirty. This one's not too bad. It would be pretty easy to clean, but I don't feel like it. I'm only gonna do one. I only need one today. Well, I already cleaned these bottom portions. I try to do that as quickly as possible. And with these bottom portions, I just take them out back. I spray Dawn Power Wash. That's my secret weapon when it comes to cleaning incubators all over. I let it soak for about 10 minutes and then I hose it out really good. This right here is the result of my hard water. I have well water, and so that's like all the buildup from the water. Because of that buildup, I actually have to change my tubing on the auto humidity thing pretty frequently because it gets built up, backed up in that tubing too. And for this top portion of the incubator, all you really need to clean this portion of the incubator is a screwdriver, a Phillips head screwdriver. That's the one that's like a little 4-pointed star. A paint, like a clean paintbrush, and maybe some moist paper towels. So you've got 8 screws to remove, and this is the second time I've made this video because I actually thought there was 10, but when I was counting, I realized there was 8. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we're gonna get those out first. Okay, so we've got those 2 pieces separated. We'll put this one to the side for now because what I want to show you is the way that this fan gets set up and the way that the egg turner gets set up. I would invite you to take a picture of this right now because if you don't reposition these things back correctly, exactly the way they are, then your incubator is not going to work right and you're going to see temperature problems, you're going to see humidity problems, and you're going to see egg turning problems. So take a picture of the fact that the round part is down and in that little hook thingy right there, and that there is no image on the fan right here because you see on this side is the branding or whatever, and you want to make sure that that goes face down when you put this back. This stuff comes unhooked pretty easily right here. Fan goes on the left, egg turner goes on the right in there, okay? So snap a picture. We're gonna go ahead and just take all this stuff out and set it to the side. If you'll notice, like most of what's in, like it's already pretty clean, right? Like, and I did a full hatch in here. Most of what's in here is just feather dander. So I'm just gonna take my dry paintbrush and do this out the door basically. And I'm just gonna brush all the feather dander off. You're gonna wanna be careful like around the wiring, you know, but really there's nothing to snap loose because you've already unhooked the fan and egg turner. Okay, so look, that looks pretty good, right? With just a dry paintbrush. Now I'm probably gonna go around the edges of the inside with just a moist paper towel that's just moistened with water. And I'm just gonna get around these like kind of edges right here where there's a little bit more like sticky dander. But I'm just gonna do the same thing with this piece too, where it's really just feather dander on there from the down from those chicks hatching. And I'm just going to take my, I'm doing this, I have an open door right next to me, by the way. I would not do this in an enclosed space. And look at that, voila, pretty much as good as new. This is a dry paper towel. I'm just wiping the stuff that the paintbrush just kind of moved around. It didn't actually get it out. I've got just a little bit of water on here just to get the little like stickies around the corners. And Brinsea, one of their things that they like campaign on is that they use antimicrobial plastic, which I think is really cool. Antimicrobial means that like bacteria and like nasty, nasty stuff can stick to it, but like harmful germs and stuff aren't supposed to be able to like stick and linger on the plastic. So just a good wipe down if you don't have a bunch of like gunky stuff, which honestly I've never had a bunch of gunky stuff in a Brinsea hatch. Should be just fine. And with this fan and egg turn, I'm just going to do the same thing with the whatever this is, paintbrush. I'm just going to brush all of the furries out. One time I thought it would be a really good idea to use an air compressor to clean a fan, and it was not a good idea. The air compressor was so strong that it like blew apart the blades. I did that in a Nurture Right 360. Okay, there's our clean fan and egg turner. Now let's put everything back together. We're gonna start with rehooking the egg turner and the fan. And like we said, the turner goes on the right and the fan goes on the left. I'm wondering if I can do this one-handed. I could not, in fact, do it one-handed. It required me to put the phone down and give it my full attention in two hands. But I did get everything squared away in there. So next, we're gonna put the egg turner, like I said, with the curved side down so that it fits right here in that part. See? And then we're gonna put the fan back so that that logo goes down. I had to make sure that this little zip tie was pushed down so that the wire was more pliable so that I could move the fan in the positioning that it goes in. And there's these little ledges right here, so you'll know exactly when the fan is in position because it won't move around. Next, we're gonna take our inner cover, and it just sets really easily right into place. And then our washers go there and there. I'm not sure why they get washers and nowhere else does, but whatever. And then I'm just gonna re-screw everything back together and that's it. Now I'm going to reassemble with the egg turner back in. Listen, with these pieces right here, this little water absorber thing that goes into this side right here, if you need replacements of these, I mean, they do sell them on Brinsea's website, but you can also buy them on Amazon. They might not be exactly the right size as what you need, but you can trim them down to size. And really, so long as they're just right around this spot right here where like the water drips in, all is well. This is one right here that I got from Amazon. It actually came in like this form and then I just cut it. And I'm going to stick it down in this side right there and put my little cover on. And that'll be fine. I'm gonna set my egg turner back in. The egg turner is gonna go on the left. So if my water thing is on the right side, the egg turner is gonna go on the left side. You'll find that there are two pegs on both ends of these, so it doesn't really matter which direction these face, but the two pegs are going to go on the end of your incubator where the egg turner is. And so one peg goes into the egg turner, and the other goes into the like incubator stabilizer. It's easiest, I think, if you start at the left and work to the right. And look, they don't actually go in every one. When there's three, it goes in every other one. There must be like different size egg turners that you can buy that fit into here for like larger size eggs. And that's why it's set up this way. Can I set the lid on and hold the camera? I don't think so. I don't think I can do that one-handed. Let's see how I can position y'all. The trick with putting the lid on is this right here and lining the lid up with the egg turner. Okay. And the way to know if you've lined, I mean, you could try to see, but it's hard to see in there. There is a combination of buttons that you can press that will test the egg turner. So let's try that. Okay, so to test your egg turner, you're gonna press the OK button and the negative button at the same time. Let's see. Are they are rotating. Yes. Sorry, I know the glare is really bad, but basically what's happening is you have some teeth on the egg turner that turn it, and they fit right in the crevices of that little yellow bar. So you gotta make sure that the teeth line up in the crevices. Sometimes it takes a few tries. It actually took me 2 tries. I did it off camera. But there we have it, y'all. She's all fired up and ready to go for her next hatch. I am collecting Isabel Americanas and South Blue Americanas and some Wheaton Americanas for my own next hatch. Anyways, I hope this helps.